Hello and welcome to Political Bazaar. May 19, 2019, the seventh phase of polling is underway. In this episode of Political Bazaar, we will be discussing the 42 days starting April 11, which saw 6 phases so far and the 7th now. To discuss this with me, I have Bhupendra, Chaubey, Executive Editor, News 18, and Gaurav Choudhary, the Deputy Executive Editor, Moneycontrol. I'm Viju, Cherian. Gaurav, let me start with you. Over the past 42 days, there have been quite a few incidents across the length and breadth of the country. Two important events that you would pick out that make 2019 elections special.
Well, I don't know whether it makes it special or not, but it clearly makes it, it'll remember these elections for, according to me, for two events. One, smashing of the Vidyasagar statue in Kolkata. It's a regrettable event. Whoever has done it is a matter of investigation, but it is clearly avoidable. And second, the whole narrative around the father of the nation clearly was avoidable.
The second one?
The whole narrative around the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, and Nathuram Godse was clearly avoidable.
Okay, fine. Now, Bhupen, two events that you would say stand out.
Well, event number one is the Prime Minister himself. I think the biggest event this election season was the Prime Minister who has, over the last 42 days, travelled a distance of over 1 lakh kilometers. Right. 1 lakh kilometers, which is greater than half the circumference of the entire planet, of the earth. It just shows that the Prime Minister's ability, his energy level is just unmatchable. The second event which has really caught my attention is for this kind of energy to have been exhibited on one side, the opposition's inability to convert this election 2019 into a direct contest versus the BJP on at least 300 seats.
Okay.
I think two events which have gone a long way in shaping up the potential outcome of this election.
Okay, we'll discuss each one, but I'm just putting two of mine as well. One, I think definitely what you had said, I'll just add a bit to it. Sagvi Pragya Thakur in Bhopal coming in, how that actually polarized to a very great extent or made it very sharp, the narrative. Another one, Rahul Gandhi contesting from Wayanad. A lot of focus was given to the south, and just to add to that, Tejasvi Surya from the BJP, a very, very young politician who's coming into the race that actually in a way brings in a lot of interest. Let me come first to you, Vidyasagar statue. Bhupen, how do you think? What is your view on this one? Has this really turned things?
Well, if you look at the coverage in the national media of what had happened on Monday during Amit Shah's roadshow, and you look at the coverage in the regional media, you'll see a world of difference. The truth is that Bengali press, by and large, took this position that this was done by outsiders, basically reflecting that this was done maybe by people who were associated with the BJP. The national media took a position that there was enough evidence on both sides to suggest that maybe the truth was somewhere in between. See, there is something in India called as linguistic pride. Narendra Modi, when he was the Chief Minister of Gujarat, for the longest time, what did he thrive upon? He always thrived upon Gujarati Asmita. He positioned himself as the leader of 5 crore Gujaratis. In Bengal, Bengali pride matters a lot. And Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, one of the iconic, the tallest figures, most revered figures, his work, his beliefs in preventing sati, in encouraging widow remarriage is something, on which several books have been written. I believe this incident, the way it unfolded, I think somewhere along the line, it may well end up helping the cause of Trinamool Congress. And you look at the position which has been taken by the Trinamool Congress today. Mamata Banerjee is now writing to the Election Commission, accusing the Prime Minister of violating the Model Code of Conduct because the Prime Minister is in Kedarnath. Somewhere Mamata believes that if she can convert this election into an election where she is the insider, the original Bengali, versus, let us say, invaders of Bengal, which she's trying to convert the BJP into.
Many complaints have gone against the EC. That's a thing we'll discuss a bit later. But let me come to you, Gaurav. The Prime Minister actually went to Calcutta on Thursday, and he did say that there is going to be a bigger statue for and in a way he has actually said that yes, an unfortunate incident has happened while the TMC is the state government. I'm going to make amends. I'm going to give a bigger statue. As he said, the Asmita factor. He's actually really playing to that.
Yeah, and if you anybody remotely related to Bengal would tell you that Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar actually is in the pantheon of Bengali literature and social reform is probably second only to Rabindranath Tagore. In fact, in many respects, in the area of social reform, he's far ahead, and he's done a lot of work. So bringing down his bust and trying to, and it hits at the heart of Bengali pride, the cultural pride. that is something, whoever had done it, that's a matter of investigation, but whosoever has done it will have to pay a price for it politically. And depending on who the voters think actually did it, is something that could be a key determinant.
Look at the constituencies which are going to polls today in this last phase in Bengal, the 9 constituencies which are going to polls. And look at a seat like, let's say, Bashir Ghat, for instance, where the left vote is at 35%.
Okay.
Right? Now, within Bashir Ghat, the overall Muslim population in this belt is upwards of 35 to 40%. What is the BJP's calculation? That the left vote is moving towards us. Now, my question is that if you come towards urban constituencies like, let's say, Diamond Harbour or Damdam or Kolkata South, a lot of this left vote, which may or may not be ideologically inclined, but if it believes in this concept of Bengali pride, if it was thinking in terms of voting for the BJP, does the desecration of Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar's statue, does that pull them back from voting for the Bharatiya Janata Party, is a question which needs to be looked at. And I think that's the fundamental reason why Mamata Banerjee is now complaining to the Election Commission today against the BJP.
Let's come to the second one, Father of the Nation debate, as you had mentioned, Gaurav. You're definitely referring to the comment which
First made by Kamal Hassan.
Okay, Kamal Hassan, yes.
Yeah, and probably that triggered the kind of reaction that Pragya Thakur made. And I think that
came up from a whole lot of issues that there were no Hindu terrorists, Hindu terrorism, the term that was coined.
I think we should leave Mahatma Gandhi where he is. I don't think he should be dragged into the political rhetoric just for electoral gains. That is something very, very regrettable, and it was avoidable.
Well, no one, the Prime Minister himself took this position that he can never forgive Pragya Thakur. And I went to the extent of suggesting that if the Prime Minister was indeed serious in terms of not forgiving her, then he should also think seriously in terms of dropping her altogether. Because for the kind of comment which was made by Pragya Thakur, for the kind of comment which was earlier made by Kamal Hassan, you can't fight an election campaign in 2019 on the basis of what had happened many years back. It takes you back, it opens up schisms, it opens up chasms which I think that our present electorate can certainly do without.
Even she made an earlier statement about Hemant Karkare, the 2611 hero who actually lost his life during the siege that was there in Mumbai. You think that also, in many ways, Pragya Thakur has actually been, a headwind for the BJP?
See, the question is that why was Pragya Thakur chosen?
Okay.
Pragya Thakur was chosen simply because the candidate from Bhopal constituency was Digvijaya Singh, who was the creator of this term called Hindu terror. Okay. The BJP strategy was that let's try and fox Digvijaya Singh. Okay. Let's put up a candidate so that Digvijaya Singh goes completely into radio silence mode, because the moment he would have used the word Hindu terror, it would have given an opportunity to the BJP to mount a nationwide campaign. Problem for the BJP was that Pragya Thakur ended up taking positions which I think has deeply upset a lot of middle-class Hindu support base of the BJP as well, which is why the Prime Minister was quick. The only time that the Prime Minister has taken a public position against one of his own people is in Pragya Thakur's case. When Yogi Adityanath, who was also campaigning in West Bengal, and when the UP Chief Minister said that, my officers told me that there is a clash between a puja procession and a Muharram procession, I told them to change the timing of Muharram procession and not the puja procession. The Prime Minister did not speak about that. Just tells you that at the end of the day, Pragya Thakur, in the Prime Minister's own mindset, is still a relative lightweight. She's there maybe for a larger optical purpose. Okay. Whether she wins or loses, I think the Prime Minister is not too bothered about it.
Let's come to yours, Narendra Modi, the main factor, as you had said. Elaborate a bit on that.
This election season, Viju, I am absolutely clear. 2019 elections is for Modi or against Modi. 2019 elections, there is only one hero in this election, and that is Narendra Modi. And coincidentally, there is only one villain, and that is also Narendra Modi. And I think that is where the beauty of this election is, that Prime Minister Modi has not allowed anyone else to take even the negative space which would have existed.
Okay.
Look at the Congress Party's campaign, look at the Trinamool Congress's campaign, look at the Mahagathbandhan's campaign. Everyone who wanted to challenge the BJP was not challenging the BJP or the RSS as such.
It was
not the policies. It was Modi, 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 Modi.
And how different is this from 2014? Because 2014 also much was yes, Vikas was there, but Modi was the messenger.
Yeah, but in 2014 Modi was a challenger. Now he's a defender. And if you reverse the roles, and in 2014 Modi ran a very positive campaign, promising to usher in good days, etc. This time around, when the Congress is the challenger, they're actually running a very negative campaign against, as Bhupen pointed out. But I would like to ask Bhupen about on Modi and about Modi's, the entire campaign trail during these elections. He's a superb communicator, and there is no doubt about that. But where do you think Modi found himself defensive, and which were his weakest moments during the campaign?
Frankly, if you ask me, I mean, I'd struggle to think of one defensive moment for the Prime Minister. I think you look at phase-wise. You start from Meerut, the first day when the Prime Minister addressed that election rally in Meerut. You move to phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, phase 5, phase 6, and even today, phase 7. Who has been setting the agenda on all polling days? We can have a debate on whether this is the violation of the Model Code of Conduct and whether it's in the spirit of democracy, but whether it's a trip to Kedarnath, Badrinath, or it was that impromptu roadshow which he did when Gujarat was going to polls, when Amit Shah was in Gandhinagar or contesting for the first time, or it was his decision just ahead of Delhi elections, bringing in Rajiv Gandhi's name. The truth is that the Prime Minister was busy setting the agenda this election season. He was the one who was firing the shots, and it was left to the opposition to try and counter that. It is vastly different from what had happened in 2014, where yes, the agenda was still being set by the Prime Minister, but then he was in an attacking mode. Here, the opposition somewhere along the line, I think, just missed the opportunity to build a narrative about the Prime Minister's own performance card.
So still the narrative is set by Modi.
Exactly.
So in 2014 and 2019,
Difference.
Modi is the one who's setting the agenda.
The difference is that in 2014, Narendra Modi had 3 people to target. There was Manmohan Singh, there was Rahul Gandhi, there was Sonia Gandhi. Ask yourself this question: who is the opposition targeting? And ask yourself this question: who is the government propagating? It's only one man. There's only one Modi, which is why I say that he's not allowed the opposition even that comfort level of creating some kind of another villainous character. Doesn't exist.
The second point that you had come, we have discussed a bit about the opposition, but has the opposition lost momentum, or they've not been able to keep up momentum with Modi and the
Well, we can do a completely different show on this. Look at the amount of work which has been put in by Narendra Modi. Where is Narendra Modi today on the last day of campaigning? Have you seen Rahul Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi today on the last day of polling? Where was Rahul Gandhi on the last day of campaigning? Where was Narendra Modi on the last day of campaigning? The point is that people may criticize Narendra Modi, but he has mastered the art of political optics. Perception is the new reality. You are in post-truth world. The only option the Congress party had to somehow try and stop Narendra Modi in his tracks in 2019 was to go in for alliances. The Congress failed in that.
Okay.
And that is where I think this election really got settled and done and dusted.
All right, I'll just come to the points that I had kind of suggested. Rahul Gandhi fighting from the south. You think a lot of focus that it brought to the south because of that, or it was more or less, optics from the Congress side?
The BJP would like us to believe that the Rahul Gandhi has actually, ran away from Amethi because they believe that Congress actually believes that it might lose. That is what the BJP is making everybody believe, and that is why, to ensure that he actually remains in the Lok Sabha, he has gone to a safe seat, so-called safe seat in Wayanad. But the point here is, on the day of the polling, when Wayanad went to polls, pollings were taking place also in Gandhinagar. And Rahul Gandhi was nowhere to be seen.
That's the point. That's a fundamental point I'm making. Whether it was Wayanad or it was Amethi, what was happening in Amethi? Rightly or wrongly, Smriti Irani, on the day of polling, was busy levelling allegations against Rahul Gandhi. Then news came out that Rahul Gandhi may reach Amethi, and ultimately he could not reach Amethi. Now, look at the optics. There is a challenger. There is Smriti Irani. She is openly raising questions against Rahul Gandhi. Should Rahul Gandhi not have gone to Amethi? Maybe he should have. On the last day of polling, should the brother-sister duo of Priyanka Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi, because ultimately Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi, both of them are members of parliament from Uttar Pradesh, should they not have come out at least? No, they're not coming out. Then why are you blaming Narendra Modi? Because Narendra Modi continues to do what he's always done, which is politics. You're in the business of politics. Narendra Modi is doing politics. You can't do politics. That's the problem.
It's interesting. We've just listed a few of the main events, like the vandalism that was seen in Kolkata, the father of nation debate, the opposition, its unity, lack of unity, the way you interpret it, and definitely Narendra Modi, the way he has led this campaign, as if you could say, from the front foot. Thank you, Bhupendra. Thank you, Gaurav, for this time. For more news and updates, stay tuned to moneycontrol.com.